Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'm doing a quick impromptu unboxing. I got a big bag toy store box here today, and this is not all I have. I have a bunch more in my pile of loot right now. And I have another package coming on Friday, but I was bored and I'm just sitting here, not really doing much to do. I'm sick, so I'm just at home and figured we'd open this up. The other box is literally just a Gamerverse figure, the Miles 2099 Brooklyn suit, Maximum Spider-Man ROM, the Space Knight ROM, and then Firefly, I think, is the other one from G.I. Joe. So, I mean, maybe I'll do a quick, short on those, but I'll do, a review. Obviously, I'm doing a review on all the Gamerverse stuff. And then, ROM will probably go with the other figures I have in this box. And then Maximum will probably get his own, video. But, maybe Firefly will, but we'll see. But yeah, we got this here. I think there's 15, 16 figures in here. And a lot of them are really just ketchup figures and mustard figures. It's really just Gamerverse video figures and then some ketchup figures that I needed that I hopefully can complete the BAF to some of these. But yeah, it's very impromptu because I'm literally not even in my normal area that I record stuff in. I'm sitting on my couch right now. So yeah, we're going to look at this, and yeah, and I have the TV going off randomly, so that's awesome. But yeah, we'll look at everything I got in here, and we'll have fun. So first, okay, there might be a lot less figures in here than I thought there were going to be. First, we have the Vulcan. I needed to finally get this because I want all of the Summers family on the shelf, and as you most people probably know, Vulcan is one of the Summers siblings. I got another Summer sibling in this box, but I already have Siren and Wolverine from this wave, so I have Havoc in this box. We'll look at him in a second. So really all I'll need is Maggot, Darwin, and Sabretooth. Not really the biggest fan of that Sabretooth figure, but I can kit bash that into a cool civilian Sabretooth. I don't think that Darwin is really that accurate to me for at least the body wise. Then I'm not the most familiar with Maggot, but he can go somewhere. But yeah, figured I'd get him. This was all the rage new body a few years ago, and I still haven't got him, so. And then his wave mate that I probably wanted the most out of this wave, if I'm being honest. Because I like Havoc a lot. Yeah, so I wish he had his silver neck thing and some alternate hands maybe, but besides that, I wish his body was also on a different body. This feels outdated. Even when it was released, it felt outdated compared to Vulcan. He should have just been on the same body as Vulcan. And then, a big one for me, I've had this in my pile of loot for a few months, is Banshee. The only two from this wave I don't have now are Ultimate Iron Man and Daken. But, Banshee was a big want because, he is a very, very, he's very essential to that giant-size X-Men team. I don't even have that team. I have Nightcrawler, I have a Wolverine, I have a Cyclops, and I have a Colossus. I need Thunder or Warpath, and then that costume for Storm is probably going to be the costume that ends up going on my shelf anyway from that 97 2-pack. So yeah, but then Brown Suit Wolverine will probably be the Wolverine I use on my shelf because that's my favorite my favorite suit for him. So, but we got him. He's probably the one from this wave besides Miles that I was most excited for. Or maybe not. We knew he was coming after we got that one figure of him, so. Adam Warlock was also a big want for me. This is probably his most iconic suit. I would have liked to have a more classic suit eventually, hopefully at least. And, a more stoic head would be nice. But this is not a bad figure either. I actually really like this figure, and I hope they start doing cloth cape soon. That's another. And a lot of people don't like this gimmick, the comic book gimmick. I like it. It'll be really good for action figure dioramas and stuff. You can throw them around, do a nerdy kid reading comics and stuff. So yeah, I don't have Rob in this, but he'll be in the next package that I get. Next we have the father of the Summers brothers. Now I do want to build this Ch'ad Build-A-Figure, but Corsair was probably the one I wanted the most outside of. I do really want the Scott and Emma. Because now that we're finally actually building that Uncanny X-Men, that whole team, I want to complete that. And then I'm not really the biggest fan of like Chamber, and I don't really like that look for Kid Omega. Monet's okay because I want to build a Generation X team. And then Fang, I would like more Starjammers and more, the Guard. I can't even think what they're called. I wanted to call them the Crimson Guard. That's G.I. Joe. And they're not the Winter Guard because that's a different team in Marvel. You know what I'm trying to say. And then next up, we actually have a Black Series. Getting a bit more into Black Series. We've got the Ahsoka Tano. This is my favorite look for Ahsoka, so this is the one I went with. I love the younger... I'm a big Clone Wars cartoon fan, so that's the look I wanted. I think this is an older figure just reissued, but I really wanted her because she grew on me a lot throughout that series, and I really like her. And another character I really like is my boy Rex, Captain Rex. I think this is also an older figure just reissued, but he'll go great with my Commander Cody, and I really love Rex. He's probably third favorite clone commando, well, clone character in general. My favorite is obviously Cody, and then I like fives. I really like all the clones, if I'm being honest, but yeah, that helmet looks a little big, but I am a phase 2 or phase 1 supporter over phase 2. And then my cat's over here, my kitten is over here being a little menace to society. And then we'll just finish off with the Star Wars stuff. I also got the Anakin, which I was really excited about, and then I looked at the proportions and I thought, holy shit, this is a horrible looking proportionally figure. Those arms hang way too low. Those shoulders are way too, like, just not shoulders. It's like, it's really weird. And the proportions of this guy really suck. So hopefully I can get like a good, maybe Mafex will release a good version of this or something, proportionally better. And then now we're getting into the figures I'm really excited for, because I want these for the Spider-Verse shelf. We got all the Gamerverse stuff. We got the Anti-Venom Peter Parker suit. I wish they would have given us just the regular Anti-Venom, but maybe they're saving that for a Wave 2, get a little more heavy hitters. It's awesome to know that we can get styles, though, because hopefully that means we can get the black and, like, the black version of the Advanced 2.0 suit, because that was my favorite suit to use in the game for Peter, and I really liked that suit a lot. So, and I'm glad we got a non-Spider-Man in this wave too, I'll be honest. But this will be cool on the shelf, not even using it as an Anti-Venom style, just throwing it up on the shelf. And then this is the suit I also really like. I think this was Miles. Yeah, this was for Miles. I like to use the black and red version of this because it looks like his suit, but just like, I don't know, more sleek. I really liked it. But this is a pretty cool figure, and I'm glad to actually be getting Gamerverse figures in my collection because I love the games. Number 2, Spider-Man 2 is not a great game by any means, but it's a good, serviceable game. The story is really the part of that I hate. For the most part, I hate that story, but, you know. And this is this figure I see people out of the Spider-Man probably liking the most, just because it has that upper ball joint. And that's the Puerto Rican suit. I really like the suit. I never use it too much, but this reminds me of the Spider-Man where Miles has like the Captain America look. This is eerily close to that. So I reckon you could give this guy a shield, and you could supplement that look if you really like that look. But I'm glad to have him. And then we only have 2 more. There's 6 in the wave. Like I said, the 2099 one will be here on Friday. But next we'll go to the one I was probably most excited for. I keep saying that. This is actually the one I was probably most excited for outside of the next one after this. This is probably number 2. That's the black suit. And I really like the black suit in this game. I don't know how I feel about the hands, like the triangles on the back of the hands. They do call back to that original, the Secret Wars era, before Venom was even a thing. And he looks cool, and I really like the suit in the game. This is not my favorite suit to use in the game. My favorite one is just the classic one with like the purple tinting. Oh, chef's kiss. But yeah, he looks great, and can't wait to add another black suit to the shelf. I have so many black suits now. It's not even my favorite Spidey look. And then the one I wanted the most, Felicia. Now, I have Venom, and he's probably the best figure, one of the best figures that I could ever hope for out of a Gamerverse line. She's on the updated tooling Black Widow body, so awesome for that. She looks exactly like Felicia from the game, and she's my favorite Marvel character. Black Widow is, or Black Widow, sorry, Black Cat is my favorite Marvel character, and this is probably my favorite look for her, if I had to say, because I like this one more than the first game, because they added the hair on the arms and the legs, and yeah, she was just, I wish she was in the game more, I will say that, and I know a lot of people were pissed that she had a girlfriend in the game. I don't care about that. It's not like it was like a huge part of her character, it was just a throwaway kind of thing, line, not really a throwaway, it was a bit part of her, like, her quest, but it wasn't like, I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay, I like girls. No one gives a shit. I feel like no normal person actually cares that much, but the people that like to call things woke really did. And overall, I just really love this figure, and I can't wait to get this Get Girl open and just start playing with her, because she looks awesome. And then, yeah, tomorrow I'll probably or Friday, not tomorrow, I'll probably upload a short or something on the other figures I have coming. But overall, I figured I'd just look at these guys and do a bit of an unboxing video, because I kind of want to get a few of these open. I'll probably open up all of the comic book characters on camera. These guys, I think, are just going to open up and put on the shelf. I don't think there's any point in doing a review. There's already better reviews out there of these characters. Just go watch Robo Don't Know's videos, or I think he was Foosh at the time. Just go watch those. And then I might do these all three in a video, because I think these are all reissues, if I remember correctly. They do look nice together, so that's cool. And then maybe that goes like that. I actually don't know how these go, but well, these are from live action, so they don't even go with her. She's completely different. But I do hope eventually we get more of the, the animated looks for all the characters, like Obi-Wan. I want to get that base. I gotta get a Mace Windu and a Yoda. Obviously, I gotta get the OT, trio. The original trilogy trio are very needed for the shelf, but right now I'm focusing. Clone Wars is my favorite era of Star Wars, and I really like a lot of those characters. I will pick up the OT, original trilogy characters too, and then I'll probably have to get a couple R2s, right, for the original trilogy and for the prequels, because R2's just so great. And I don't know if there's really a good prequel C-3PO that I can think of. But, yeah. I figured, actually, right now, let's just open these guys up right now. These, Marvel Legends, and I'll just look at them right now. Because, why not? Take these dudes out. Got this guy. Alrighty. And it's Vulcan. This one's Vulcan. That's what he looks like. He comes with all these alternate hands. These are what we come to know with Vulcan. Well, these ones. These ones come with Bonebreaker, which, yeah, I'm probably going to build at this point. He looks cool, and I already have Lady Deathstrike. I just need a couple more Reavers. I might get that Major Blood from G.I. Joe and customize that into a couple Reavers characters. And then, have we gotten Macon and Cole? Or we've gotten Reese and Cole? We've gotten a couple, like we got a head and then a body that you can put Kit Bash to, both those characters, officially in the Marvel Legends line. So, we'll look at that. Maybe I'll do that too. And yeah, he's cool. He'll be great to go on the shelf with his father and his brothers. Now I'm getting that X-Men 97 cable, so I'll have a cable. I need a Hope, and I need a Rachel. And I will be getting that Rachel that's coming out in the other comic book wave. So I'll have, I think, all the Summers family that I can, because I also have, it's kind of not really part of the Summers family, but I have Goblin Queen. She counts, right? Goblin Queen definitely counts. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. He does have those problems where the knees are a little discolored, but I'm honestly just going to say those are knee pads. So that'll make me feel a lot better. Same with the elbows. I'll just say those are elbow pads. He's in space. He needs a little bit of protection, doesn't he? And then we have the character. Probably character-wise, I know the most about out of these three, because he's a really classic character. I think Vulcan's pretty new, right? From what I can think of. I know Corsair's not that new, but in the grand scheme of things, Vulcan's pretty new, right? And we know the Vulcan body, so I don't really have to do articulation on that or anything, right? So, but I do. Probably won't do articulation on this guy either, because he's an old body. Yeah, he's already outdated. He's already, just pinned limbs just don't hold up anymore. And from what I can see, the pinless ones have held up a lot better than pinned ones. They don't get like wonky knees and stuff. So I think I could probably transfer like a Vulcan like limbs onto this guy, like the, what is it? The Black Panther. Those limbs. He'd have gray boots and gloves, but that might make him look a little cooler. And I can always replace those. So, yeah, this is just an old body. He looks good up here, but then you get, you know, doesn't have a lot of detail, and they didn't even paint the silver collar, which is what I would want. I know this is the more modern version without the silver collar, but the silver collar just adds something to it, doesn't it? And then he comes with some effects. He comes with, like, that goes around his wrist, this one goes around his wrist, and this one goes into the hole on his back. So at least there's a reason to have that hole on the back. And then these are like, these go on the back of, these are the Build-A-Figure piece for, just an awful Build-A-Figure piece to get, honestly. I mean, it's not horrible, but like, I guess you could use that for diorama if you didn't even want to get the Build-A-Figure and you just wanted this guy. But yeah, and then the next one is Corsair from the Chod Build-A-Figure. Now, I don't think I have anyone else. Yeah, I don't have anyone else from the Chod Build-A-Figure, or Chode as people want to pronounce it. I'm not pronouncing it Chode. Chode is like a short fat cock. I'm not pronouncing a Marvel character as Chode. That's such a... I know that that's how they pronounced it in the X-Men animated series, and that show did a lot of right things. But the pronunciation of Chod is not correct. There's no way there's no way in the comics they're around here calling this motherfucker Chode, and no one's cracking jokes. You telling me that no one's cracking jokes at his expense? Really? Really? You telling me that? But yeah, this is the figure I wanted the most from this wave, aside from the Cyclops and Emma. I'm a big fan of the Summers family, like I said, and this is the father. This is the reason the Summers exist, right? So he looks awesome. The paint on his logo looks great. The face looks really nice. I love the colors. They pop. He's got the hinge up at the top of the head, which I prefer. Doesn't give you as much tilt, but this guy doesn't struggle too much with tilt for Marvel Legends. Obviously, you got the butterfly joints. You got the double jointed knees. I think this is the Vulcan body as well, so... And then you get the Build-A-Figure piece for him. And this was windowless packaging when that was a thing. Thank God they moved away from that. And he just comes with the Cha'ad arm for the Build-A-Figure piece. And yeah, that arm looks cool. But what I will say is, I wish he came with his gun. And I wish he looked more like the comics. This is kind of like, I feel like, Hasbro's amalgamation of him. It's not bad, but I wish he had the bigger fins and stuff. And honestly, I wish they'd repaint this and make a more comic-accurate Abomination. That would be awesome. And then for accessories, he just has... Well, if I can pull him out. He's... Sorry. He's got the trigger fingers on him, but he's got a pair of fists. Just a pair of those. And then he's got his weapons. He's got the sword, which is great to have because I love that. And he's got like the space flintlock blunderbuss type gun. Now that sword will probably go in the sheath just because it looks nice in the sheath. There's a sheath on the side of his belt. I'll show you. It gets in there pretty well. You just put it in there like that. And then I think he's going to have the blunderbuss. And then I think that actually has a hole in it. So that's cool. So if you have accessories like effects, like the Black Widow effects or like the shield, they also came with the shield 3-pack. That will look great. And he looks pretty cool holding it. He'll probably hold this and then like have his hand on the side of his sword like he's ready to pull that out like that. Something like that. But a more refined pose, obviously. So yeah, that's everything I got. And I hope y'all liked the video. And like I said, I'll probably do like a short or like maybe a 5-minute video because I like to ramble. But I have like 4 more figures coming. And then, yeah. Finally starting to build up the Star Wars shelf. I mean... I'm going to have to switch shelves for the Spider-Verse shelf because I'm getting so many Spider-Man, and there's still probably more to come. Like, the Hellfire Gala look, I need to get some more of the classics. Like, I need to get a good comic-accurate Spider-Ham. That's Flame Toy Spider. I need that, and I need a good comic book Penny Parker. I need a good comic book Noir. I wish Mezco would tackle Spider Noir. It's perfect for their look, and they don't seem to do that. But maybe my dream will come true because I said that about Red Hood for a long time. Most people did, and they just finally, announced Red Hood. So we'll see all about all that. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I love you guys, and I love the toy community, and I hope you guys have a good day and have fun with your toys, and just have a fun time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.